This is Chris for Ratworx, here to take a look at the Steyr AUG 24-inch barrel and how the Rat Worx Bipod is going to be installed on it. First, of course, the barrel's fetched forth, clamp it in a fixture so that it stands upright and you don't have to put your hands on it or hold it in any way. Get a propane torch and you run the torch on the flash hider and lock nut, because Steyr not only puts a great deal of torque on the flash hider and lock nut, they also Loctite it. So the Loctite has to be broken loose. You hold the torch on the flash hider and lock nut for a count of 150, a slow count, 1001, 1002, 1003, etc. The flash hider and lock nut won't be hurt by this, just eliminating the Loctite. Then, using 2 3/4 inch wrenches, one of which will have to be thinned in order to fit the flash hider, you put the wrenches on while it's still hot is probably best. And then remember that it's a left-hand thread, so when you go to remove it, you essentially try to tighten it in the standard threads. That will loosen the flash hider. As soon as it's loose, just put it down, let it cool off for 5 minutes. While it's cooling off, you'll have the bipod in the package. You'll pull it out of the package, you'll get the lock nut out of the package and have that ready to go. I found it's easiest to extend the legs and have them essentially ready to stand upright while installing the bipod. Our barrel is now cool, so we go ahead and spin off the flash hider and the factory lock nut, set them to the side, and then the bipod will slip right on over the threaded end of the muzzle here. And you'll note it goes over the 2 steps, covers both of them. Then you take the factory added lock nut, the new lock nut, with the threaded holes on it, and that's threaded in place. It's threaded all the way down against the bipod. It will hinder the bipod from turning at the first. This is to give you an idea how it's installed. Then you spin the flash hider on. The flash hider has to be timed. So you put it exactly where it goes, as far as it goes. Then you turn it so that the large segment of the flash hider is down, and then the nut is brought up to it, and it's tightened in place. When we do these installations, we Loctite these nuts with mild Loctite, just to make sure they don't move on us. If you prefer, you don't have to use Loctite, but we recommend it because you don't want these things walking and moving on you while you're using them. So with the flash hider set and timed, the bipod will have swiveling power. The screw that is in the lock nut is placed so that there's only a limited amount of travel. I'm going to extend the forward grip on the barrel to use as a gauge, and the hole that is closest to alignment with that forward grip is the hole that the set screw is placed in, and I will show you the results after that. We also Loctite these screws in place just to make it easier, so that they don't fall out again in use. Now with that screw in place, you have a limited amount of travel, sufficient for uneven ground, but limited. And then the bipod can be folded against the barrel, and you are ready to go. Again, this is Chris for Ratworx. If you have any questions, do give us a call, 815-734-7346. Thank you very much.